Hello students, myself Mohammad Sahil, Assistant Professor of Department of Civil Engineering. In today's video, I am going to discuss about the basics of engineering hydrology. What is hydrology? Hydrology means the science of water. So it is a science that deals with the occurrence, circulation and distribution of water of the earth and its atmosphere. As a branch of earth science, it is also concerned with the water in streams, lakes, rainfall, snowfall, snow, ice, and also the occurring below the earth's surface in the pores of soil and rocks. So, in general sense, hydrology is very broad subject of an interdisciplinary nature, which includes geology, statistics, chemistry, physics, and fluid mechanics. Hydrology is basically an applied science. To further emphasize the degree of applicability, the subject is sometimes called as, or the subject is differentiated in two ways. First one is scientific hydrology, and second one is engineering hydrology or applied hydrology. The study, which concerned briefly with academic aspect, is known as scientific hydrology, and the study which concerned with the engineering application is known as engineering hydrology. Now, what are the focus area? First one is hydrologic cycle, which includes precipitation, evaporation, runoff, and infiltration. Or these four parameters is known as hydrological parameter, which I will discuss later. Second one is water flow in rivers and streams. Third one, flooding and water storage. And the last one is impact of human activities on water system. Now, what are the two major application of engineering hydrology? First one is we need to understand how can we estimate the yield from drainage basin or catchment area. And also the second one is how can we design a system for managing water such as dams, reservoirs, drainage system and flood control measures. Now, hydrologic cycle. This is a schematic diagram of a hydrologic cycle. So, what are the basic definition of hydrologic cycle? We all know that water occurs on the earth in three forms like liquid, solid and gaseous form with different degree of motion. Evaporation of water from water bodies such as oceans, lakes, and the formation of movement of cloud, rain and snowfall, stream flow, and groundwater movement are some example of dynamic aspect of water. The various aspects of water related to the earth can be explained in terms of a cycle which is known as hydrologic cycle. So, in this schematic representation of the hydrologic cycle, a convenient starting point to describe the cycle like ocean. Water in the ocean evaporate due to heat energy provided by solar radiation. The water vapor moves upward and form clouds, while much of the cloud condense and fall back into the ocean as rain. A part of cloud is driven to the land area by wind. There, they condense and precipitate onto the land mass as rain, snow, or hail. A part of precipitation may evaporate back to the atmosphere even while they are falling. Another part may be intercepted by the vegetation, structures, and other surface modification for which it may be either evaporate back to the atmosphere or move down to the ground surface. So, the portion of water that reaches the ground enter the earth's surface through infiltration, enhance the moisture content of the soil, and reach the groundwater body. Vegetation sends a portion of the water from underground surface to the atmosphere through transpiration. The precipitation reaching the ground surface after meeting the need of infiltration and evaporation moves down the natural slope over the surface through a network like streams, river to reach the ocean. The groundwater come to the surface through springs and other outlet after spending a considerably longer time than the surface flow. The portion of the precipitation which by a variety of paths above and below the surface of the earth reaches the stream channel is called runoff. So all the four parameters which I am discussing like infiltration, transpiration, runoff, precipitation, these all are the parameters of hydrologic cycle. So in general sense, the sequence is a very simplest picture of a very complex cycle. It is seen that the hydrologic cycle is a very fast and complicated cycle in which there are larger number of paths of varying time scales, and also it is a continuous recirculating cycle in the sense that there is neither a beginning nor an end or a pause. Each path of the hydrologic cycle involves one or more following aspect like transportation of water, temporary storage, change in stage, etc. Now, catchment area. So, what is catchment area? So, the area of land draining into a stream or a water course at a given location is known as catchment area. It is also called as drainage area or drainage basin. It is known as it is also known as watershed in American English or USA. And two watershed is divided by a ridge line or watershed line. In this picture, it is clearly visible that the portion of watershed divider. Now, water balance equation. It is also known as water budget equation. Suppose for a given catchment area in an interval of delta t time, the continuity equation of water in its various phase is written as mass inflow minus mass outflow. Suppose mass inflow minus mass outflow, what will be equal to the change in mass storage. So this change in mass storage is also the factor which the hydrological parameters like precipitation, surface runoff, net groundwater flow, evaporation, transpiration, all these factors affecting the change in storage. So the water comes through rainfall is going through this phase like precipitation, surface runoff, net groundwater flow, evaporation, transpiration. Then we can find the amount of change in storage. Now, the importance of hydrology in engineering. There are many important factors involved in engineering hydrology. These are some basic one like water resource management. So, proper allocation and distribution of water for various usage like agricultural usage, industrial usage, and drinking water usage. We need to allocate amount of water for different purposes. Flood control and prevention. Designing flood protection structure like levees, dams and retention pond, it is an important factor. Environmental protection, managing water quality and the ecological balance of aquatic system. And last one is urban planning, designing stormwater drainage system and preventing urban flooding is also a major importance of hydrological analysis. So these are the hydrological parameters as I discussed earlier, and these parameters like precipitation, runoff, infiltration, evaporation and transpiration I will discuss in the next video, and we will solve the problems regarding these parameters. And what are the challenges in hydrology? First one is climate change. We all know that climate change is an alarming problem nowadays. So changing in rainfall pattern and extreme weather event can affect the hydrological behavior. Data uncertainty, accurate data is sometimes very difficult to obtain. In third world country it is more difficult. So data uncertainty is a major issue in hydrology. And the last one is over exploitation of water resources. This is also a very well known issue related to the overuse of water resources for irrigation and industrial activities. So in the next video I will discuss about the hydrological parameters, and we will start from evaporation. Thank you.